What's up, guys? It's me. A little tired today. I didn't sleep well last night. But this video is about more unorthodox ways to come off of hard opiates, considerably fentanyl. Fentanyl is a completely different substance. It's obviously synthetic. It's a different substance than heroin. It's not the same as oxycodone. So if you took oxycodone, it would be completely separate from the fent. If you took actual H, not mixed with fent, obviously, it'll satisfy your receptors while you're in withdrawal, but the fent is still leaving. It's a totally different substance. So if people are that desperate and you can't get, you know what I mean, checked into a hospital, if you can't get into a rehab and you only have access to drugs or whatever, some people have no choice, man. But realistically, if you're using 30 milligrams of pure oxycodone, not pressed fentanyl, you know what I mean? When you start getting fent withdrawals and you take that, you're not going to get high. So don't expect that kick and that. Try to more feel like I'm going to feel comfortable and I'm going to let this ride more than, you know what I mean? So it's just an unorthodox method. I mean, it's just the same thing. Using Suboxone to get off of other opiates, using methadone to get off tramadol to get off other opiates. It's the same principle. Why do you think that is? Because they're separate substances. When I went to a rehab one time, it didn't last long, but I remember I was taking these pressed pills. I tested positive for fentanyl. I tested negative for heroin, opioids, everything was tested negative. They're different substances, and fentanyl is man-made, so. And yes, it's annoying. It can leave the body pretty quickly, depending on your fat saturation, all that stuff. See, me, I'm not heavy, so I don't really have that problem with the precipitated 3 days later type thing, because I don't have a big fat content. But that is a method to coming off of a hardcore opiate like fentanyl. I really just say fent. Even if you were doing H, you could come off with oxycodone, you know what I mean? But you got to use it sparingly, and you have to use it just when you get sick, and then you wait until you get sick again, and then use it to feel a little bit better. But at the same time, the fent's leaving your body, you know what I mean? So, I know it sucks you're replacing one with another, but sometimes what the fuck can people do? Some people just have no other choice, so think about it that way. Just saying. It is a way to do it, and from what my buddy told me, that he said he was desperate to feel better, not to get high. He picked up some H. He said it was pure H. He said when he was going through the fent withdrawal, took away all the depression, all of that stuff went away. He didn't feel like high or anything like that. A little buzz, but nothing like crazy. But he still felt cold, and he still felt, you know what I mean? Because that's the fent still leaving the body. You're still gonna feel some withdrawal symptoms, but just like with kratom, it's manageable. But this is only, I'm not a doctor, I'm not recommending any of this stuff. If you can go to a doctor and get prescribed something like tramadol or oxycodone to get off of heroin or fentanyl, might be a better bet for you, so you don't have to wait for crazy withdrawals in order to take a sup. You know what I mean? It varies on the person, but anyway, I just want to make this quick video to let people know that there are other ways. They are unorthodox, but you know, in hospitals, when they put you on fentanyl for an extended period of time for an accident or for some major breakthrough pain, how do you think they get you off of it? Yeah, they taper down your fentanyl, but then they put you on morphine to mitigate the withdrawal symptoms, because they are separate substances, and they don't put you on morphine long enough to withdraw from it. They'll still wean you from it just to be safe, but you don't feel, withdrawal symptoms because the morphine is doing its job. So, you know what I mean? It's a slippery slope, but if you have the balls and self-control enough to do it, it could work for you. Just saying. You know, there's not only two options to get off of opiates. I mean, there are unorthodox ways. I almost want to write a black book on this. But I'm not a doctor. Watching some WWF Attitude Era, the oddities. But yeah, so I just want to let that bit of information out there for people that are desperate. It could be painless if you do it that way. Not recommending it, but if you have no other options, what the hell else are you gonna do? You know, they are separate substances, and while one sits on and satisfies your brain, the other is still leaving your body. See, I used to take pressed fent pills, so if I was to do this, I would buy H, if anything, and use that for just a few days until the hard part of the withdrawal from the fent is done, and then stop the H and use kratom or hop on a sub. You know what I mean? It's easier to hop on a sub from H anyway. So, anyway, this is just a little bit of black book advice. I call it black book advice. But hey, if you have no other options, what the hell else are you gonna do? Anyway, have a good day, guys, and have a good holiday. I'll try to make another video. Somebody mentioned restless legs. I'm gonna try to make a video on that and how I got through mine. It is tough, but it's doable. Quick tip before I leave: jump squats, jump squats, jump squats, jump squats. They help. They help. They help. They help. They help.